Hello, Burger fans, to another review, and today I'm reviewing set 70754 ElectroMech. That's the recommended age range for the set is 7 through 14, and this set comes with 153 pieces, and the set comes with 2 minifigures, 1 mech, a buildable gun, and not my stick figure, obviously, but yes. But let's go ahead and look at the box, and the mech, well, the minifigures in the mech. So yes, let's do it right now. So here's the box that comes with the set. Obviously, it says some old stuff I said at the beginning of this review. And obviously it shows Jay and his ElectroMech and some sort of battle pose with, I think it's Chope, with his gun. And obviously 2 stud shooters. If you go to the back of the box, obviously there's not much to explain. It shows that stud shooter thing again, obviously. And this is the 3rd J blade in the, I guess I'll say, these cheaper sets in this wave, in terms of elements wave. Then when you go, well, not then, but on this side of the box also it says that obviously the mech can hold minifigures. I'll actually physically hold them. And also, yeah, it shows another pose, and then it shows what the wings, well, not really wings, but flaps, I guess, can do on the set, so yes. So that's basically it for the box. Let's go ahead and look at the minifigures right now. So the first minifigure that we get in the set's the Tournament of Elements J. Not my favorite kind of robe that the ninjas usually have. But it's a okay robe. I kind of like the printing, but this kind of bothers me in a way. Obviously, if you watch my previous reviews on these episodes, you obviously know my opinion. And if I go on the back of this minifigure, it has some printing too. And also, it's very detailed, not much to explain, obviously, but that's basically it for this minifigure. Obviously, does, like I said in the box, comes with this 3rd J blade weapon, usually. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at Chope. So this is Chope, one of the Anaconda cultists, or culturists, I don't know how to say it, tell me down in the comments. And obviously, the weapon is kind of hard to show on the camera, so yes. He has a big weapon, and I'm not going to explain it, but it's kind of like a staff, in a way. He kind of has some, well, I guess say, some front printing, which shows a tattoo of a anaconda, or actually a serpentine, and then some kind of metro red printing of some sort of tie or whatever. I cannot explain it very well. Then also, he has like a belt that has some serpentine stuff on it too. And when you go, well, when you look near the legs actually have some purple and red, which obviously people like the Anaconda culturist legs. They see them a lot on sig figs and etc. But yes, it doesn't look that bad, but kind of detailed. I actually like how it looks. Then when you go on to the back of the minifigure, it actually is kind of cool looking. He has a scar, which I don't think that any of the Anaconda cultists have a scar on the back. The metro red belt thing or tie kind of wraps on the back. And it has some, like, the belt with the dots on it. Obviously, there's no back leg printing. It just shows some purple of the mold, usually, and that's basically it. And also, if you want to see the weapon in a more clear look, this is how it looks. On camera, it kind of shows that's kind of like a tan color, I believe. It's hard to explain it, but yes, it's not that bad, and it's kind of a cool weapon, and I like the white used on it. So let's go ahead and look at the ElectroMech right now. But before we look at the mech, this is also a very important piece, even though it's very small, but this is also a part of the set, before I forget about reviewing it, even though it's like a little gun piece. It's kind of an interesting looking gun piece. It's not really that interesting to some people, but it's kind of unique. It's kind of remind me of one of the Stone Army sets with one of these. I guess I'll say it's not that bad. I kind of like the tan color used on this, actually. I think that's kind of a rare color LEGO use. I could be wrong, but it's kind of nice. It also uses this kind of Anaconda cultist thing on the front of it. Well, it's hard to explain it, but yes. with like a white little stud part, which is interesting. And I kind of like how it's attached by a brick that's connected to bow parts. So like a double-sided studded brick. It's kind of hard to explain what it is. For any of you who know about LEGO parts or pieces, tell me what this piece is in the comments, because I'm kind of confused. This tan piece right here. And it attaches to this droid part, I guess we'll say, from Star Wars. You just snap it on there and voila, you have a weapon. And there's some Technic too, which is right over here, but it connects very simple. Which, this entire weapon is very simple to make, so that's all I have to say about a thing for Chope. And that's basically it. Now let's go ahead and officially look at the mech. So here's the mech. It's obviously what you are expecting in this review, so this is how it looks. It's kind of simple. I know people have had problems with their mechs. I've watched Jangbrick's review at Ninja War 1245 and etc. They've been having problems with the mech. I haven't. I've had this mech for a few weeks now, and it's actually very good, actually for about 2 or 3 weeks, I believe. And it's still stable. It holds very well, and it doesn't really fall apart on me, actually, to begin with, since I think I'm very careful with, since this is kind of construction, I'm very careful with construction stuff, because it's kind of easy for me to relate Bionicle. But yes, obviously, I've kept this very nice. No issues, friction, perfect. But obviously, I'm going to have to go with the thoughts on why people don't like the set. I'll give why. So, here's one of the reasons why. Most people have been saying these little flapper parts, or whatever they're called, usually fall off these right here. And the legs have been falling off easily too. For me, they don't feel loose, actually. They kind of feel a little bit tight. So, I have no idea why, but they just are. Nothing's falling off for me, but usually people have been saying the legs have been falling off easily. Maybe it's due to the amount of play or whatever that they use. Well, with the set, since obviously the set is supposed to be played with or used for stop motions. And also the arm parts too. People have been complaining that these have been falling off. I can see why, but I have no issues with the ElectroMech falling off. And those are basically the cons of the set, but for me, I have no issue. I guess I'm one of the lucky ones who have a very sturdy and stable ElectroMech. So let's go ahead and go on to the features of this mech. So the first feature of this mech is this right here, where it has some gear pieces, some G2 Bionicle gears, with some Technic parts, and, well, all this is Technic, except for down here. But yes, if you pull this down, the wing parts, well, I guess I'll consider them wings, since they're not really wings, just to be correct, if you guys kind of get mad at me for calling them wings, but they're not. But they come up by this, obviously, and come down. Obviously, there's some issues with these, since obviously you need to put a lot of force to put them down, and a lot of force to put them up. But if you want to keep them up all the way, you might need to put them up, which is kind of annoying sometimes while posing this, since that's usually what I do with these sets. And let's go to the second feature of the set. So the last feature of this mech is these two stud shooter parts. Well, not parts, but I guess say guns. And if you shoot one, I guess I'll shoot one just to be safe. But if you shoot out, these kind of stud little parts shoot out. It's kind of hard to explain for this, since even though it's quite simple, I don't want to explain too much. It's just kind of simple, so nothing needs to be explained here except that this is one of the features of the set. So yeah. I forgot to mention also about the color scheme of this set. So the color scheme of this set's black, light gray, or gray, let's say, light blue, Metro Blue, which is dark blue, and black, and some yellow, so it's a okay color scheme. It fits well for like a mech, but to me, it's okay. Not that bad, but it's a okay color scheme. So, the color scheme isn't too bad. It fits well for a mech. I guess I'll say it like that. And there's a few things too that I forgot to mention. And I guess Jay is knocked down. I guess I'll put him out of the way for this mech. So, there's some stickers and printing pieces I forgot to mention on the set. So, if you lift this down, there is a control panel that's a printed piece. These two gear parts are spinning barrels or whatever are stickered, and the legs are stickered too, which is very nice. And it also shows Jay's elemental symbol, which is very, very nice on the feet. So that's basically it for this review. Now let's go ahead and go to my final thoughts on the set right now. So my final thoughts on this set is, it's a very well built set. Some stuff does fall off a part of the set. When I tried to transition onto like the gun pieces, this kind of fell off in a way, but I stuck it back on. It has no problems currently. So yeah, and also if you're a fan of Jay, and if you want to be updated to your Ninjago Mech collection, this would be a good set to get. I'm obviously updated except for the Titan Mech Battle, which is probably came out August 1st, which I think was a couple days ago that this review has been released. So yeah. And if you're a fan of the Tournament of Elements too, this would be a good set to get too. So yeah. Another thing too that I have to say for the set, I don't really like the minifigures in it, except for maybe Chope, since obviously he's one of the main Anaconda cultist. So yeah. And obviously, you know my spiel about the Tournament of Elements robes. I don't like them. They're cool, but I don't like them. So yeah. And sorry about the lighting, obviously. I will try and update my lighting for my reviews sometime soon. I'm just using one lamp, since I can only afford one lamp. I can't make money on YouTube. Sorry if you guys heard that, but I can't. But, yes. Obviously, this is a good set. And if you want to pick it up, sure. It's $15, which is about a pretty good price range for a set like this. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And last but not, yes, I said, now I'm continuing on, obviously. But I guess I'll continue on. Last but not least, the price per part for this set is very good. I think it's about not 5 cents, like about, well, whatever, let's say price per part's good. But, of all these shenanigans and all other stuff that I'm saying for this long review, this is the longest mech review I've ever done compared to my Kai's Fire Mech. And also, I guess I'll say what Replay 17 said about this set is that would it win against the ElectroMech? Well, size isn't always good. Not the ElectroMech, but the Fire Mech. I think the Fire Mech will win. Even though this is a very unique mech, I like how it looks, and I'm proud of having it. Even though that the Titan Mech Battle's already out, I'm a little bit late for reviewing this, obviously. But yeah, that's basically it. That's my spiel. So on the set. So this is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And also, if you say the song, type out TBR if you say it all the way to the song of this review. I know it's not very entertaining, but at least I try and keep this entertaining enough. That's why I put puns in my review sometimes, just to make it comical. But yes, obviously. And so I hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you subscribe, I'm coming out with more content in the future. And my first story-related brick film based on my Civ gig. Please do not copy my idea until I kind of tell people to. But yes, so yes, hopefully you enjoyed this review. And hopefully you have a nice day. So see you guys in another video. Bye!